right. You guys hear me?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We're back. All right. We're live here. Diamond Dad's first episode, Preseason 1. This is obviously our first cast. I've got a bunch of guys that I've been hanging out with. Wish I could be there with you guys in Hong Kong. Unfortunately, I'm stranded over here on an island to the south in Singapore. But yeah, how you guys doing? How you guys doing tonight? Let's go around the table. Akos.
Good, man. Good, yeah.
Am I the first guy?
Yeah, you're the first guy. You're up. Where are you at right now? What are you doing? You look like you're in a hotel room.
Yeah, I'm in a hotel room in Krabi. Just spending some time with the in-laws at the moment. Cannot wait to get back to my PC, to be honest. Need to grind TFT. No?
Well, it looks pretty good. Your camera quality is still better than Lawrence's over here, I think. So, with that being said, let's throw it to Lawrence. Lawrence, what's been going on, man?
I'm going to change to my phone so my camera's better. Yeah, man, all good. In Hong Kong, enjoying a beer as we start this podcast, and excited to just learn from you guys, man. I'm probably the most novice gamer amongst you all, so cheers.
There we go.
Coming gamer.
All right, Toby, Junior Mafia 1701. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good, man. Just the number's in there, so you know when to ship me my birthday present. Yeah, just got back from work, right? And pumped, get into Diamond Dads, rip a few beers, and then crack into some games once we're finished talking shit. So
amazing. And what are you drinking over there? Actually, I think we should have gone around the table with that. Sapporo.
Yeah,
that's a good choice.
Sapporo. Yeah.
It's an interesting choice. Hails from
my
Japan.
My fridge is a bit hit and miss, to be honest. So there's so many different beers. I'll have a different one each time.
I've cracked at strong nines.
I've been there.
I've still got strong nines in my fridge, actually, but I don't think my aim will be any good after the pod if I get on the Niners now.
No, it gets better. Just do it.
For you, maybe.
Yeah, well, speaking of Sapporo, it hails from Japan. So did Tommy at one point. Tommy, trips or pop? What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much. Standard Saturday. Spent the day dressed up as Wally with my kid. And then put him to sleep, and looking forward to chatting with you guys and then playing some Warcraft after this.
Sweet. Is that your kid right there in the shot with the teeth?
Yep. Yep.
He looks angry.
Always lurking.
Oh, that's awesome. Behind. That's awesome. Well, cool, man. Well, thanks.
Just realizing your man cave, Tommy. It's fucking amazing.
I know. Knowing everyone.
The kids' room.
This is going to be the kids' room, the second kids' room. So I got to move all of this, take it all down next week.
He's actually got the sickest setup out of all of us, right?
Yeah.
It's branded dinosaurs with the
my
neon
PC is in the hallway, the walkthrough.
Well, fair enough.
Are you gaming in the hall?
Yeah. It's a big hallway though, so.
Okay.
Sweet. Well, let's dive in. I think since it's our first episode, we should go around the horn and just get everybody's point of view. I know we kind of talked about this over beers, and I can't remember a single word that we said the last time. So I figured it might be cool to give people some color about what it means to be a Diamond Dad, and in each person's own definition. So I think that the sequencing probably here is top left and then around the horn clockwise. Why don't we start with Akos, who is the only guy that's not a dad officially, but he probably will be soon.
Peer
I
pressure.
want to be, dude. I want to be a dad. So I'm the only wannabe dad here, I guess.
Honorary dad.
For
Honorary
me,
dad.
Honorary dad. Yeah. For me, Diamond Dad means that gaming is for life, and you're never too old to game, and I will never stop gaming. So I think gaming helped me so much in life, and I will never stop. So that's Diamond Dads for me, and you know, the crew that I game with, and you know, banter, fun. That's it.
Awesome. I like that take. That's pretty hot. I think we're probably the living embodiment of that. Well, that's not true. I think most of the guys, I don't know if I'm the oldest one here, but the other guys are still young. So maybe I'm the living embodiment of that, at least for the time being. Toby, let's hear from you, man.
What does a Diamond Dad mean? I think a Diamond Dad is not necessarily a dad, but just a full-time working adult like Akos, like all of us. You know, we've only got so much time in a day to dedicate to friendship and gaming, and you know, gaming being the best platform for that, because we have our hobby and we do it together. So you know, even we don't see each other for 6 months, a year, it doesn't matter, right? Because we speak to each other every night. So I think it's pretty cool.
We do it online.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair.
We're feeding.
Yeah,
That's fair. Yeah, I think I've gotten closer to you
mine's
guys.
mine's not as profound as Akos, you know, when it's gaming for life. And, but yeah, you know, we're all gamers and we're all friends, and that's what this, especially this channel's about.
That's also important. Throw it over to Tommy here.
Well, I think Diamond is just a representation of, you know, what a game can bring to you. I think it is, at least gaming for me, it's a way just to relax and just, you know, take my mind off of things, even no matter if it's for just 5 minutes or, you know, for a certain rank or, you know, grind for a certain item. It doesn't matter. It's just, it's something to just, you know, be able to, I won't say escape. I think escape is a little bit of not the right word, but I think it's just it's like reading a quick book or like scrolling on Instagram. But for me, it's like gaming is just something that, like, you know, do a few tasks in the game and you're like, okay, everything is good. Had a little, you know, little time off, and then boom, back into the grind. So I think for me, that's what gaming is, and yeah, that's what I think. What Diamond Dad means to me, it's just, you know, you need your own time as well, and I think you need to cherish that for yourself so that you can always give 100% back to everything else.
Cool. So it's sort of like you're taking a bit of refuge, a little bit of time for yourself to maintain your own shine, right?
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Lawrence, let's hear from you.
Yeah, definitely nothing as deep as all of you guys. Honestly, Diamond Dads, just dads that like the game. Super simple for me. But yeah, I mean, there's probably lots of benefits here and there, like which all of you mentioned. You know, we probably speak to each other a lot more than we speak to sometimes our significant other.
That's a fact.
even though, like, you know, maybe our banter while we're playing the game is probably not as deep, right?
And 90% abuse.
You know, it's very focused. I do like after I started gaming with you guys, it's brought out a little bit more of like competitive side. So there's like continuous improvement going on. That's, you know, something that you should probably do in different aspects of your life. You can do it while you game as well. Currently on that journey myself, trying to get better. And then yeah, you know, just I'm probably also the oldest one. I'm probably older than you, Stu, but I forget our ages, and I don't know if we're gonna want to share it publicly here. But
29.
yeah,
Gen
just
Z.
love gaming. 29. Yeah, man.
29.
Gen Z.
Are we gonna start using slang now, like
Yeah.
Skibbity and Riz?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, you know what I heard today
But
from my kids, because they're of that age where they're using all this like crazy Gen Z slang. there's a phrase you say no Diddy,
No.
which is very timely.
I can. I think that probably
What is
popped up
that?
after the Diddy debacle.
Exactly.
Wow.
They're all using it, bro. Everyone. It's anyway.
Is it like no cap or something?
Honestly, I'm not
Don't know.
exactly sure what it means, but my older son said it, and I was like, obviously, I know it's in relation to, the Diddy news, and I just thought it was
Yeah.
funny.
Well, I'm always like listening to, like, since I joined this new, like, my new job, like I'm like learning a lot of new words like I've never used before. Like it's crazy, like the lingo. Like I feel like I was so not plugged in after like working a corporate job and then like going into like this. Like I thought I was in touch with social media. No, man, like the language is so different. So I'm like, it's like I feel like sometimes it's like, oh, what are these? Like they're like, yeah, man. I'm like, I have no clue. Like I have no clue
Give
what
us an
you said.
example. Give us an example. We need to learn too, right? Plug in with all the people we're playing with.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'll think about it.
I think we'll spare the people on this one.
Yeah.
No, but I think that's definitely cool. The fact that like we're kind of potentially out of touch with some of these things, and that there's like content that's happening, and it's all, I don't know. I feel like the majority of things that I watch at least seems to be catering to a different generation, and that's one of the reasons why I really wanted to try to start this up after we had that chat the other time. So I'm hearing like, it's about, staying young. It's about connecting with your friends and your colleagues. It's about finding that time to take care of yourself, find that release, right? And then also a lot of like little self-improvement things. And I think that encapsulates what I was thinking quite clearly. I think it's pretty much about being at the diamond level in your life and in the game and in pretty much at everything you do. And if you're not there, then it's about figuring out how to get there. I think that's why we started this cast. It's probably a tribute to why our format is, it's a little bit different, where it's not just diving directly into gaming, but we talk about like dad life, because we're, ultimately we're dads first, and then gamers second, right? As much as it pains us to say that, it kind of makes sense. So I think everybody captured it pretty well. Hopefully this gives our listeners, our viewers, a little bit of an idea of where we're going with this cast and who we are. So I kind of want to pose the question then. Kind of the next topic is, how do I put this? This sort of title is about off season, and I kind of want to ask you guys: do dads really get an off season, or is it a myth? What do you kind of do? Do we ever get any time off? And if not, how do we cope with that? I mean, free for all. I think at this point,
I'm the luckiest one here, right? My job takes me away 3, 4, 5 days at a time, so I'm always refreshed every time I'm home. I'm full on daytime with Mateo, and then when I can be, and then nighttime with the boys, and try to slice out a date night every now and then when the wife starts getting a bit angry. But yeah, that's me.
Your husband third.
So I do get an off season. Yeah. Yeah, I should become husband first, second, third, and then dad fourth and gamer fifth. But
well, we know that's not really how it works, right? I'd love to hear from Lawrence about this. I think he's been a dad the longest.
Yeah, for sure. My kids are much older. Off season.
How old are they actually?
6 and 11.
Double digits. Ooh.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Next.
Honestly, when they get past 8 or 9, you're just like befuddled by some of the things that they're learning. Obviously from, their schoolmates and friends, and probably a bit of YouTube as well. But it just blows your mind, and I'll save those stories for another time. But yeah, like off season, honestly, before it used to be like when they were younger, it used to be when I went to work. because honestly, when you went home, it was a lot of work to kind of take care of the kids.
Yeah.
We're a little bit, I would say a little bit luckier out here in Asia. A lot of my friends in the US, well, they don't have help, so they either have to pay for daycare or do it themselves. So they're probably full on all the time. But yeah, it used to be like, you go to work and that was kind of your off season because, then you can just concentrate on work. And then when you get home, you've got lots of other things to take care of. It's a little bit different for me now, personal stories and all. I'll share them later maybe. But yeah, I would say probably now when I play games, it's definitely a more relaxing time period, even though I'm trying to be more like competitive about it. It's probably a little bit more off season when I'm playing a game. It's like my kind of relaxation time.
This is when
Right
you're
now.
this is when you're not raging at your team, right?
Oh, that's part of the relaxation. Just,
The stress release
all in good
therapy.
fun. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, I guess Tommy, you're the next dad on the docket.
Yeah, well, we just went through 2 weeks without a helper, so
Whew.
it was more intense than it looked like those 2 weeks. I think that's why you need something to like escape, right? Like, well, but like you need something that you need a mechanism for yourself to be able to shut off and just have time for yourself, like whether it's reading, whether it's running, like either it's going away, literally go away, or like I think if you don't have that, then it's very unfortunate. You should find something that you can be like that, because if you don't give yourself some time for yourself and love yourself, then it's very hard for you to give that to the people that you care about. But also, the other side is like if you're always searching for an off season, then that's kind of another kind of challenge in itself, right? Like, what are you trying to escape from? So, I had a case in Japan when like my first boss, like he would always stay at work until 11. He just didn't want to go home, and that's kind of like, I didn't want to be like that, and that was very very memorable for me to see that, and to see kind of the opposite of trying to search for the off season.
That's true. That you see a lot of that, especially in different parts of Asia, where people, especially culturally, people are just sort of like at the office all the time. Some people are not that happy with their lives at home. I like to think that the five of us in this room are, so maybe we kind of steer clear of that. But you mentioned like finding a release, staying healthy. Akos, maybe we pass it to you on that kind of note, right? Like, I'm sure as an about to be, soon to be, maybe in a year or two kind of dad, as an honorary dad, what is it that maybe you can shed some insight into our past? What is it that you do now for release, for staying healthy off season for yourself?
Off season, I don't even really know what it means, to be honest. I don't know. Like, for me, it's just every night, I guess, is relaxation, where I just delve into gaming, and every morning is about gym and then work. So I guess for me it's just a routine. There's no really off or on season in that aspect.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I guess that's sort of what I do as well. Try to hit the weights a little bit, but then also balance that out with a healthy dose of gaming. Sometimes I bring the game into the gym, which I think we saw at one point in our lives. Actually, this kind of reminds me of a time where
were you playing TFT on the iPad or?
Yeah, basically.
Gym? I think I remember seeing that picture.
Yeah, well, this reminds me
we
of
were at the pool.
the time where we were at the pool a little bit too, because because you say that we like to work out. Tommy's like, I just like to game. I like to play my WoW. And so there's a hilarious like picture of us by the pool where Tommy looks like our son, basically. And I mean, this was an awesome
was amazing.
time.
We were watching.
That's
what do we watch?
incredible.
Dota, right?
Yeah, this was
Bali.
the Bali
Bali.
DPC. There it is. The Bali major in Bali. I'm an idiot.
That's so good.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was a good time.
These trips.
I think that was one of the biggest things, one of the biggest reasons why this kind of came to fruition. It's like I realized like we all just need to sort of chill together, right? And I'd love to do the next one, all 5 of us. I'm gonna throw it out there since you guys are all in Hong Kong, but maybe we go to TFT Macau and kind of check some things out at the Venetian. Hang out in December. I know it's not an ideal time of year, but that could be our
Roll
next
some
one.
dice.
Yeah. Yeah. I think on the other topic of like staying healthy, aside from getting into our gym routines, which I don't think we need to do, one of the biggest and most arduous paths and journeys that we will ever have as dads is combating this notion of like the dad bod, right? So that's like not only is it about working out, but it's also about diet. So I have like this last week, I've got 2 words for you guys, and it is soup cleanse. I've been on a soup cleanse, which is like actually kind of ridiculous, but it's kind of cool. My wife kind of brought it up, and I said, okay, after spending 2 weeks in like Morocco for a friend's wedding and a bachelor party, maybe it's a good idea for me to like detox. So basically what we've been doing is we've been doing this like 7 days all soup cleanse, and then there's like a regimen here if I can find it. Yeah. So day 1 you can only eat fruits except for bananas, and then day 2 you get a potato. I mean, this is like it's like a prison diet. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Wow.
I think it's not bad. I mean, all of these diets are all about calorie deficit, right? They try to narrate like a story how you get to deficit, and this is how you get to deficit. You know, some people, they need like clear guidance what to do each day
Yeah.
because they cannot get there
Have you
on
heard of
their
like
own.
the juice cleanse? Like a 40-day juice cleanse, only fruit juice.
Well, I can kind of tell you that I've done the juice cleanse as well, and this is way more satisfying, and it kind of works. I'm down 5 kilos in 6 days, and I don't know if that is just water weight, probably, but placebo wise, at least it kind of works. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know like some of you have done some other diets, right?
My diet is a complete opposite of this. My diet is
You've got
carnivore,
the
just meat and
craziest
eggs.
craziest diet that I've ever heard. Yeah.
Yeah. I did beef and eggs for 36 days, no beer, which was key, just black coffee, water, beef, and eggs. I lost 10 kilos in 36 days, and it's all stayed off.
That's actually amazing.
Yeah,
That's
pretty cool.
Just protein and fat, that was it. Butter. And now I eat my fair share of rubbish, especially if I'm going to have a beer. I had a pizza tonight, got back from work late, couldn't bother cooking, got pizza, beer, no problem. But,
Sounds like the old school bodybuilding diet, like just.
Yeah, it's just an easier way of doing a keto diet or Atkins diet, whatever you want to call it.
It sounds really satisfying though, right? Because it's just like everything you love to eat.
Yeah,
steak and eggs every day, breakfast, lunch and dinner. Bit of intermittent fasting in there. I'm so slack at working out. I just sit at my computer and play video games on my days off. I hate going to the gym. My body's broken from years of abuse. And so eating is the easiest way for me to keep my dad bod in check.
That's fair. Well, Lawrence, I know you balance both, right? Sorry, Akos, go ahead.
Sorry, I tried not starving, but like fasting. Yeah, I tried fasting in July, and I did a 3-day fast. Just basically 0 calorie for 3 days, only coffee and Diet Coke. And it was so good that I did it again 2 weeks ago, and I think it's fucking amazing. I can recommend it to you guys as well. 'Cause it's not
It's
that
meant to be.
hard.
It's meant to be quite good for your
Sounds
body,
really
right?
hard.
Like
Yeah.
a same as ice baths or anything like that that shocks the sort of survival.
But you see so much result in 2 days. It's very radical, I would say, but you see the results really fast, and in your mind you're getting sharper because you don't consume the energy for your digestive system or anything else. So it's like basically you become this superhuman for 2 days, and then you really recommend it to you guys. Try a day of fasting and see how you do.
It could also be you become superhuman because you're just jacked up on caffeine all day. You said coffee and Diet Coke, right?
Diet
Yeah.
Coke,
Just absolutely spit.
sugar
Just
and
jittering
caffeine.
out.
That's all you got in your body.
Did a 3-day fast, coffee, Diet Coke, didn't sleep for 3 days.
Caffeine pills, Diet Red Bull, White
Sleep
Monster.
is very important. But you know how you feel like when you have food coma. You basically, because you always have food coma. You just after a while you just don't notice it, but you always have it. And that fog when you're fasting, that fog disappears. So yeah, I don't know. Give it a go. I think it's worth it.
I'll consider it. I'll consider it. Let's see. Lawrence adjusting
the-
himself in his chair, so let's let him speak.
I think like intermittent fasting is actually really good, but like fasting for whole days is really hard for most people to do. So like I assume that Akos can do it quite easily because you obviously work out a lot, and so you have the discipline to kind of change your body at will. It's actually quite hard. Like I don't think I could actually do that because I actually really love eating. But I would say the benefit of IF or any sort of fasting, even if you don't really call it fasting, but the benefit of letting your gut rest. Because if you're putting food into your body like 3 times a day, which is what we've been taught, yeah, your gut is nonstop working. And then imagine the snacks that you have in between actual meals. It's never resting. So
Yeah.
if you can let your
Exactly.
gut rest and let it burn off the actual food that you have, well, guess what else it starts burning off? Your body starts burning off fat because all the stored fat you have in your body. And so, yeah, I think it's an amazing thing to do. It's not for everyone. It's not easy. You just have to be really, really disciplined. I'd say for like most people, it doesn't matter what diet you use as long as you pay attention to what you put in your body and for what purpose, right? Like for the number of years I've been working out, I've never had a 6-pack, but I've had different sizes. Like I've gotten really big when I used to have like massive amount of calories, and then I've also gotten super skinny when I was cutting and everything. I'm just like at this point, I'm just happy. I eat what I want. I maintain a workout regimen, but when I go over in terms of certain types of food, like I know I need to kind of cut it down and just kind of like eat a certain way for the next few days. And what I eat also matches what I'm doing. So, for example, if I'm preparing for some sort of competition, you guys know I do some like Olympic weightlifting. Sometimes I do CrossFit competitions. I've done CrossFit. I've done High Rocks 2 years ago. Like depending on what the competition and what you're going to put your body through, you can also feed it the energy it needs, and so that kind of dictates what I eat. But at the moment right now, I just eat whatever I want, and I love eating. So yeah.
Well, you can see everybody's kind of jealous
Last time
here.
we met, you went to a competition the next day, right?
Yeah, correct.
I think it was.
And I
We
think
had-
I hit my PRs. That was a powerlifting, like an in-house competition,
Yeah.
so kind of like a casual community one. But I hit my PRs there.
It's because you
What were we
carbo
doing?
loaded the
Were we-
night before.
You're pushing.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
we
yeah.
had dinner together. Yeah, exactly.
You hosed
I
a
was very
couple of
specific.
beers, and then you were like, you know,
Exactly. No, I remember
The
like I
beer
think
is the key.
I took everyone's bread because I said I need carbs for the next day.
Oh, yeah, you did.
And that's
Oh yeah,
exactly
that's right.
that's
I wasn't
like that's
eating
me
carbs, I think,
controlling.
at that time either.
Yeah,
I was just eating steak. You
exactly.
eating my bread roll. Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great example of kind of what I try to do here and there.
The bread is free. It was free too, I think. So it was pretty amazing. You're just having
We
the
got
entire
two-
table's bread.
Yeah, and like 2 rounds worth, and we just had them refill it or something. Mhm.
Amazing. Well, on the topic of food, I want to just sort of throw this out there. I think we all kind of travel a lot as well. Recently, what's the best bite that you've had? I'd love to hear. I'm curious because I recently got back from Morocco and Malta and the south of France, as I mentioned before, and I had some pretty good bites. But I'd love to see if anybody's had anything. Like Akos, you're in Thailand right now. Like off the top of your head.
Food is fucking amazing here. I just came to Krabi from Kata Beach, Phuket, and there's this place, very local place called Kata on Fire, and it's just the best curry, massaman curry, fucking amazing. My in-laws tried it and they wanted to have my curry, and I said no, fuck off. So whenever
In those
you're there,
words, right?
Kata on Fire.
Is it this?
Exactly. Fuck off. Dad-in-law.
So it's like an
Anyway.
outdoor kind
Yeah.
of chill at the bar kind of thing, like this.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Super
Oh
low.
yeah, look at that guy.
Okay, this is
Get
obviously
him back up.
not. All right, back to us. That's awesome.
It's a very local, cheap place, and yeah, whenever you're in Phuket, you should try that out.
That's awesome. Toby, tell me, you're the pilot, globe hopping,
Oh,
globe trotting.
Look, to be honest, when I'm down route, I tend to just go with like whatever in whatever country, and I'm not really fast. If we go out as crew, I'm sort of take a back seat with that. But what I can say, recently, my best food, I went to China. We went for a holiday, and we went to a Bian Bian noodle place. The one they stretch it out, slap it on the counter. And just the noodle texture was just so amazing, and the price. We're in Xi'an, which is where the Terracotta Warriors are. It was we fed 4 people. Yeah, these noodles here. We fed 4 people. We had 6 tall boys, so 3 liters of beer. I don't know what that is for you Eagles per milliliter users, Stu and Lawrence, but whatever it is. 2 gallons of beer or a gallon of beer, I don't know.
No, I use liters. I use liters. I'm Canadian.
Oh, you're Canadian? Oh, yeah. Yeah, anyway, 3 liters of beer, fed 4 people, the whole meal, including the drinks, $10.
Yeah, China looking hard to price.
Amazing.
China
That's
is
going
so
north.
cheap.
There you have it.
Yeah.
0.8 of a gallon for Lawrence.
8 of a gallon. There you go, Lawrence.
Yo, I've been out here way too long. I use liters as well, man. I'm so angry at the US like metric system. It just messes with everyone. Oh.
The imperial system.
By the way, there's a really good Biang Biang place in Hong Kong as well. In
Is
in
there?
Causeway Bay, Jardines Bazaar. Yeah, one of my favorite places.
Ooh, yeah,
That's our
share
next.
the link.
That's our next
Share the link
podcast.
after. That's my next date night.
Yeah,
Did you say it's a
share
Bien
it.
Bien noodles place?
Yeah, Biang Biang in Jardines Bazaar. Yeah, I will share it later.
Yeah.
You want to pull it up?
I'm trying to find it, but Instagram's being a bit slow. Right here. I don't see any noodles, but maybe you'll share. You can just share it later with the boys.
Yeah, I will share it later.
Fair. Tommy.
Living life on the edge, bring an Instagram search page up, bro.
Really? It's a blank page though. This is a blank. This is it's not my profile. Don't worry.
Okay.
Thought about it.
Smart.
Yo, the Instagram Explore pages, that is the death of all men and life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I ran
Burn
a
it.
test with a group of friends of mine, and we're like, yo, let's just see everyone's like Explore pages. And like honestly, all of us are in trouble except for 2 of the like 6 guys or 8 guys that we had in that group. That was quite an
And you can't even delete it, or you can't reset it. I tried.
The algorithm pushes it for a while.
Yeah.
They know.
The algorithm knows what we want.
Really? Mine's all Valorant,
See,
ice hockey, and watches, man.
Well, you're one of the 2.
Yeah, you're one
You're
of the,
one of the 2.
one of the 2.
Yes.
Mine is not good.
Are you? Should we? You guys want to share with me? Well, I'll pull it up. Just send me some screenshots. I'll put it on the stream.
Hell no. That's incriminating evidence. It's not going public. Yeah.
Tommy, best bite.
I
Best
had
bite.
some sushi yesterday, and the best piece was the samba, which is the mackerel. It's in season right now, and if you can get a good Japanese chef, like it's very oily, very like umami, and it's the best time to eat it now. So samba mackerel. But Toby, you won't eat it because it's fish and it's raw.
Yeah.
But yeah, samba. If you guys go to a Japanese restaurant in November, it's the best season for it.
This Pacific Soury. Interesting.
That
Yeah.
was very, very specific.
Yeah,
It is very
best
specific.
piece of the night.
Although that's why my name is Stu Toro, because it's a sushi
You're
reference. I'm True Toro or Otoro. I don't know which one's fattier. I'm the less fatty one after
That's
this
True
soup
Toro.
diet. Yeah. Okay.
I
Perfect.
think the Sutoro might be the less fatty one, right?
Yeah.
They're both tuna, though, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tuna belly or what?
So maguro is the official name of tuna in Japanese, but then when you get the red cut, it's usually tuna or called maguro. And then if you want to get like the fatty cut, then it'll be toro. Then it'll be toro
no?
cuts, and then it'll be chutoro or otoro, depending on how fatty it is.
Hmm.
You can see clearly the color difference.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. All right, let's move it along. Lawrence, what have you eaten lately? Since you love
I
food.
was trying to look it up, but I'm going to China a lot lately. And I was in Shanghai, I think it was like a month or 2 ago. And have you guys ever had Fujian food
Yeah.
Yeah.
from the province of Fujian? Yeah, me too. It's very
Right.
similar to like Taiwanese food, and I guess
Yeah.
in some cases like a lot of Shanghainese food as well. But there's this new restaurant in Shanghai on the Bund in one of those fancy like buildings right at the top floor, super tall, great view. I forgot the name. I guess it's a Michelin star restaurant, super fancy. Though it was in China, so technically the price was still very valuable. Probably the best meal I've had in a while. And it was partly because it's Fujian food, and they had a lot of like different types of Fujian food that I've never had before. And then the way that they make it and present it was like next level because it's obviously a very fancy establishment.
Yeah.
I have to look up the name, but once I find it, I'll send it to you guys. If you're in Shanghai, you need to make a booking. It's definitely worth a visit. It was so good.
Man, I'd love to try it. Since you couldn't find it, I've been trying, but I can't really find it.
I'll
either.
keep looking and send you guys a link. But
It's really hard to find Chinese restaurants from
In Shanghai.
non-China.
Well, it's because they don't use
you gotta use Dianping.
Any
Yeah.
description.
No, but also they skipped the whole website phase. They went straight to apps, so everything's in like their wall garden kind of ecosystem. The search behavior there is completely different from everywhere else because they don't rely on search engines as much as like the apps that you're using, right? So like you need to find it in like Xiaohongshu, or you need to find it in like those platforms have a way more content than if you just type on to like, even if you go
Bing.
to Baidu, yeah, all of that doesn't work.
Yeah.
So you're saying in Taiwan, basically, if you want to find anything, you actually like, it's sort of like if we were just to do Instagram search at this point, right?
In China, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like
Taiwan. Taiwan will still use search engine. They're much like us, kind of relying on search engine to go elsewhere. Whereas in mainland China, everyone uses apps, so they rarely go to like a website to like look at things. Everything's kind of in the application itself. So that's why all their applications have like these small widgets, and like they all have their browser kind of functions within the apps they have.
Okay.
They have this
Fair.
relatively new app, or at least it wasn't that popular when I was living in Shanghai. This red.
Yeah.
What
Yep.
is that?
It's like a
Something
Instagram.
red.
It's Xiaohongshu, right?
Yeah, it started off as an Instagram like similar to Instagram, but now you can have stores on there, and it's just its own ecosystem as well. So it's very popular. It's very popular for traveling. Like, yeah, people use it. It's like a Pinterest where people go on it to like get inspiration. Like, it's all of that in one. So if you want to go to, in China, I think if you want to see kind of the latest trends, Xiaohongshu is the place to go.
Yo, Xiaohongshu has grown so fast, so quickly. Like, I actually think it's more amazing than TikTok, and TikTok's huge, right? Like, they're so addictive in terms of like the way their algorithm works and how
What's
they like
what's the parent
feed you
company
content
for
and make you addicted. For Xiaohongshu,
Yeah.
I think it's its own company.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it?
Whereas
Yeah.
TikTok is, ByteDance is the parent company.
What's its tracker? Let's fucking buy it.
Oh, actually, interesting.
Stock tips. The first stock tip of Diamond Dads.
Not
Interestingly,
financial advice.
both ByteDance,
Hashtag.
both ByteDance and Xiaohongshu are private companies, so you can't buy them on the public markets. But
Oh.
so there's secondary trades that are happening, and I don't actually remember, but Xiaohongshu is on the up and up, and obviously ByteDance is already huge, right? So
Yeah.
you have to buy on secondary markets.
Talking about Chinese stocks, I bought Meituan 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And it's my biggest winner this year. It went 130% in 6 months.
Nice.
Oh, well done.
Because
the rally.
they entered Hong Kong market as Kita, right? And I
Yeah.
thought it's a good pickup, and they are destroying the competition in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Crazy.
They pumped so much
already
money
over
in it at the start.
50% market share, I think. Yeah.
Wow, congratulations,
Anyway,
man. That's pretty awesome.
segue.
I think we can save the stock chat for next one, though. I think that would be good. We can all talk about how much money we've lost in the stock market. That'd be fun. All right, my
trading.
Yes. What was it, Toby? Ren. That was it.
Yeah, I can't remember, but we were just buying the worst cryptos known to mankind on way too much. Yeah.
So this was my best bite recently. It's a restaurant called Le Marocain. It's in the Mamounia Hotel in Morocco. And, not only was it super flavorful, let me try to show you what I ate, if I can find it. Oh, here it is. Like shank of lamb, or lamb shank in English, was just amazing. So they like cooked in these little clay pot jars, and it just comes out like that, and it gets served with a bunch of sides. And like I cook a lot, and I do a lot of braises, a lot of long cooks, but this thing was like, in terms of flavor development, it was like ridiculous. Like every shred of muscle fiber was like infused with the flavor. I think there was a kind of an issue for me when I was eating it because I'm also not eating that many carbs right now. So I just sort of ate it as it is with some vegetables, and it ended up being a little overly salty because of that. But I definitely recommend if you guys are going to Morocco to check this out, or if you go anywhere.
What would you
or
normally
like
have it with, like a rice or a bread or what?
Yeah, like, well, they give you like some barley rice too if you want as an option. But I think this, if I was to eat it again, I'd probably want it with like some, like I would prefer like some bread or some,
Yeah, like a pita or a wrap,
Yeah.
like whatever. I'm not sure what bread, like what kind of carbs they're into in
Some
Morocco.
flatbread.
yeah, some
Flatbread,
flatbread
yeah.
basically. I think it would soak it up really well. But the Asian in me also is like, well, maybe you should just add some rice. So
Yeah. Jasmine.
I think it also works works quite well. Yeah. All right. Awesome. We went on a little bit of a food tangent there, which is totally fine. I think I wanted to also kind of ask, right, as dads, well, we kind of covered it before, but it's like, how does gaming fit into your life as a dad? But we can sort of go down the rabbit hole a little bit with that, because it's more like not how does it fit into your life, but like how do you find time for it? What challenges do you have? How do you manage your family obligations? And if that is not something you want to dive into, then maybe just tell us what you've played lately that's new, that maybe we haven't.
Yeah, I can start. The challenges for the playtimes, not so much. I got a gaming laptop that I take away with me as well when I'm on layovers, so I get the chance to play out of the house as well as in the house. But I would probably say the late night grinding, the 2-3 a.m. finishes we have sometimes, they're pretty hard if you get the kick in the bum from the wife in the morning and she's like, your turn to get up with the kid, so they've sort of slowed down. That would be the biggest challenge. Probably as a group we face is, okay, are we all going to play tonight? Or it's like, especially because I play a lot during the daytime and you guys work normal job hours. So if you can call what you do work. And then new games, I've been playing a bit of Rust, actually. I quite enjoy it. I'm a complete noob, I'm building stuff wrong. I set up this whole base. I got garage doors unlocked in the tech tree. If you've ever played Rust, you'll know what that means. But basically, you need to padlock your doors, and I just had no idea. And people were just walking into my base. They could open my doors and just help themselves store my stuff, man. It's like, yeah. So I find the game fun, and I find it very relaxing to watch on YouTube. In fact, I can give you a YouTube to watch if you ever want to just relax, put Rust on. He does like 1 hour videos, really good music. He's called Willjum. It's WILLJUM. And yeah, he's epic content creator for Rust, and just casual, relaxed. He plays by himself solo generally. It's good. But
Nice.
that's a good break from
agree.
the competitive
I agree
Valorant.
with that. Yeah, I think Rust and all open world games, but especially Rust, because it has this quirky, weird element to it. Running around naked and doing shit. I think it's very entertaining to watch. So yeah.
Well, might have to check that out. Also, don't you? So you play Rust like you play real life, basically? Like, don't Australians just not lock their doors?
Well, my door's unlocked right now. If you want to come around, you have to get on a plane though. Yeah, I got a big dog, man. No one's gonna open my door with Coco barking at you.
Coco's like the nicest dog ever, though.
Yeah, not to people she doesn't know.
Well, I don't want to see what that's like. Akos, you were talking though.
Bark at me.
Yeah, for me, as I said before, I kind of have this routine, and my wife is very accommodating to that routine. luckily. So she has her own, series to watch at night or books to read, and I just do my gaming hours then. And most often than not, those hours go longer. So I usually go to bed around 1 or 2 a.m. But I guess 5 or 6 hours of sleep still works because I'm not a dad officially yet, and I don't have to wake up early.
You're just practicing
Yeah,
for
so
later,
far-
man.
Yeah, 6 hours is
Yeah.
a dream for a gaming dad.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that as well. How to deal with that challenge.
Awesome. Tommy, I think you're a couple weeks out from another kid, right? So maybe how do you deal with it now? How do you think you're going to deal with it later?
Well, I think I am also fortunate because I work in esports, so I get to play kind of. It's acceptable to play in the office. I usually play after my kid sleeps and then go to sleep around 11. I get my 8 hours, 7, 8 hours. But that's also because I gave up grinding stuff. That's like right. Like I just realized casual gaming is what I like about gaming. Like that's what motivates me. So I think it's also a good way for me to learn to not to fight the FOMO, like understand like what works for me and just accept it. But I have also have the chance to be able to try a lot of new games. So we might talk about this later, like Riftstorm. That's something that we get to work with a lot of gaming studios that come to us to kind of get our experience about promoting to like a gamer community, and so we get a lot of chances to get first access to a lot of games, and those you devote 1 or 2 hours, so you get to play a lot of. So I get to play a lot of new games, and then I get my WoW at night, and that's kind of how I balance. I think if I do play too much, I think it's like knowing when to stop is something that I've learned, and I think with the new one coming in, I think just needs to see how that fits into everything. But luckily, kids all sleep at the same time, so I think
Oh, you
at
think
least
that? Wait till you get your second one, and their timings are all off. But
yeah,
hopefully,
yeah,
you'll be lucky. So
yeah. So that's why I think WoW is something that like I gravitated back to, because I can just be on it, and like 10 minutes or 15 minutes is still, you can still do something there, whereas I can't really, even like 45 minutes for like a TFT game sometimes gets really challenging, because just can't have that time block anymore. So I think that's kind of where I'm lucky because of my work situation.
So you're not coming back to TFT. Got it.
No, I would. I'm looking forward to the new set, and I think my goal was to get gold for this set. I got it, and then the next one, using kind of, at least now I know the basics, so it should be easier for me to play it for a while and see where I can get next set.
Fair enough.
I think TFT
Platinum
was a good game.
I'm going to download TFT.
I think you probably already have it. You already have the Riot client, so it's right there.
Oh, is it a Riot game?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's League of Legends.
League of Legends, and then you play it in the client. Akos has been coaching me a little bit, so he can show you the ropes as well.
Yeah, Akos
Okay.
is crazy with
Happy to.
TFT.
Lawrence, man, any insights here?
insights, yeah, I don't know, man, because I struggle with this sometimes too. I think we all do here and there. I typically play during lunch and then at night with you guys, but we've had a couple times where we started at lunch and ended up playing the entire afternoon. And it's like, oh, where did the time go?
And where did our go?
Yeah, and whether winning or losing, and same thing at night, right? It's like I'll tell myself like, all right, I'm gonna play until like midnight, maybe latest 1, and we're playing till 3 a.m. So yeah, I think once in a while it's bound to happen, and I think you can either be very disciplined with yourself if you have to, or just go with the flow. I did find though that those really late night gamings were really hard on my mornings because I'm an early riser, so I still wake up at the same time no matter what time I sleep. And yeah, that was pretty tough. So it's not ideal for me to do that too often. But I'm working on my own thing right now. So I work from home, which I guess is, call it a blessing or not. So I just have to really manage when I have kind of deliverables and commitments to do. And basically I just kind of game around that. And so like the last week I've been really busy. I probably haven't gamed as much, but it'll come on and off, right? And then I'll probably have like a straight week where I'm gaming like 3 full days out of 5, right?
Yeah.
So it just comes on and off for me. I just need to manage it. As I get more busy, then less time for gaming.
The late night thing happens to any gamer though, right? Like that's pretty much what it is.
It's a time war, man, and one more can't end on a loss, but also can't end on a win streak, and yeah, it's just the worst thing in the world, but also the best.
Sometimes it's like, can I squeeze it in before this time, and then like go into OT or something stupid like that, and all of a sudden it's way later than you thought it would be. I think this is a common problem for most gamers. And the only difference
the game we play is a huge commitment. Like Valorant is like a 40-minute game commitment minimum, right?
Yeah.
So
not the way we play. The way we play, it's one of two things. Either we have a AFKer and they drop and then we lose very fast, or we go into overtime and it's like 15-15 and the game takes like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I was thinking?
We just get wiped 13-1 because the MMR is just so ridiculous in that game.
I used to give the AFKers so much shit, but after hearing Tommy and what he just said about gaming and
15 minutes and stuff,
I feel really bad now. So like I'm gonna give the AFKers some slack.
Because those AFKers are like 10-year-olds getting in trouble having to go do homework, and then you tell them you're 30-odd years old, and they're like, "You're 30? What? Are you in a wheelchair?" Like they're just. Oh my God.
If you're in a wheelchair, what am I in? Hospital bed?
Yeah, you're in the old folks' home, brother.
God. All right, let's move on. I'm just going to flash really quickly the restaurant that Lawrence brought up before. This is it for the people who are wondering. It's called Meet the Bund. It's on Zhongshan Dong'erlu. Nice. It's a nice loop.
They have 2 restaurants, same name, but there's one at the Skyline, and that's the one with the great view. Same food.
That's awesome, man. All right, so I think we're going to move into the gaming portion of the night. We kind of went on a couple of tangents, so yeah, maybe this is running a little bit longer on the dad portion, but hey, this is our lives, right?
Yeah.
With speaking of new games, very, very recently, Black Ops 6 has come out. I don't know if anybody has had a chance to look at this or if they've been following, if they have any thoughts on it, but I'm going to play the trailer and maybe we just have a look at it. The graphics look crazy if this is gameplay.
I guess I have to upgrade my streaming system.
Is this Call of Duty?
Yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
I mean, Call of Duty Warzone, when it first came out 2019, and then in COVID, it was just like the coolest time for gaming. And I've just been so disappointed with COD ever since then. And then, of course, being in Asia, the cheaters are insane in Call of Duty, which really hurts it for me. But I'm definitely downloading it the first day.
I think it's out. I think it came out yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll check after this video.
Does this come with a new Warzone as well, or is it just
yeah, I think so. And apparently they're bringing the dance back. Maybe that looks so cool. Fuck.
I think this one is worth Isn't this new one the one where they have like, I saw news about it, but you have like different movement that's unlike any other FPS game in terms
Oh
of like how they
yeah.
can slide and how the angle of the guns, like you can slide and look basically 360 or something. It's wild.
Yeah, I think you can do like a dive backwards, like a back dive or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing a
Just-
lot of like Instagram videos of two things. Number one, there's a sniper rifle apparently that's just super OP right now and it probably needs to get patched. And then the second thing is people basically doing the M Bison dive and just shooting people in the head
Yeah.
across the screen.
Oh, from Street Fighter?
Yes, this is a Street Fighter reference. Initial
God,
release date,
it's so
October
old.
25th. So yeah, it came out yesterday, Toby. So you probably have to go and download that at some point. Also, you were saying you've been super disappointed with the franchise. I was reading reviews. I just happened to like read this guy's review. It's the first one. A disaster in every way. Avoid at all costs. I've played every Black Ops game since the original, and I can confidently say that Black Ops 6 is an absolute travesty. It feels like they threw everything that made the previous games great into the trash and served us this mess instead.
Hey, you know what? I did hear they have a separate audio that you can get the standard audio that comes with the game, or you can pay them more and get better audio. So like everyone's saying that it's going to be like pay to win for better footsteps. Apparently they map your ears and that will help you get better audio or something, so you can pay more money. And everyone reckons the base audio is going to be terrible to force people to pay for upgraded audio effectively. Like, what a joke.
We'll have to put a pin in that, and if that's true, we can revisit it at a different time.
I don't know if it's true. It might have been Instagram, or there's so much fake news these days. So.
That's true. I mean, to its credit, like the next couple of ones are 4 or 5 stars, so a lot of other people are very happy with it. But I just found like the very first review that I saw when I was googling this was this dude just like really unhappy with it.
Johnny,
thought that was funny.
Yo, is that true though? Like, could that be true where they could actually make you pay for better audio? Because that would.
Yeah,
suck.
I don't know. You have to Google it. Like I said, I seen one Instagram reel on it, and claiming that the audio was going to be pay to win. So.
Yeah, we should look into that and talk about that, because that actually has lots of ramifications for gaming revenue. A lot of tech products are going in that direction, but it's kind of a bad experience, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean BMW, you got to pay a subscription to get your heated seats turned on. Like,
I saw that as well.
The subscription world is a joke, and now I need to pay more money for better audio if that's real.
That brings a whole new meaning to gotcha game. Gotcha, sucker.
I did see
it.
that you can get every Valorant skin ever released for about $10,000 US.
I think that's underpriced now, but we'll see.
Is it?
We'll have to do a new calculation. But
World of Warcraft is doing a 20th year anniversary, and they released a in-game mount that was $90 US, and people are just chewing it up because it was so hard to get. Like during the expansion, the thing just launched yesterday, and people were saying that like just this one mount is gonna help them to earn enough money for the entire year.
Is it? Sorry, I've never played WoW, and I really fear to ever try. Is it a horse?
It's just a horse. Yeah, basically it's a dinosaur horse.
Colorful horse. Yeah.
$90.
There are a lot of scandals regarding this pay to win. Escape from Tarkov also scammed their players recently with that game is 100 euros, 150 euros, something like this. For the Ultimate Edition. And the Ultimate Edition promised that you would have every expansion ever released, and then they released the game mode, which is another $100. So the entire player base just revolted against them. Is valid.
Yeah, I mean,
Companies
look,
just doing everything.
Apex has a similar issue with pay to win. Is like some guys have been playing it all, since release, and have got one heirloom. Right? I think you're meant to get an heirloom every time you get 500 packs, but they're so expensive to get packs, and people just never get heirlooms, and you've got to spend so much money to collect it. Yeah, they're sort of just
Weird that it's
bleeding every
normal
last
now.
bit of money. Yeah. And I understand they've got to make money, right? Like it's not free, and without it, they couldn't afford devs and all the rest of it to keep the game running. But it is a shame for those, especially younger kids and stuff that can't afford it. I mean, if you played Valorant, you know the pain of just a 10-year-old screaming in the mic, "Give me a skin,"
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
like pay to
I
win
feel
is
that
a crazy topic, right? Like it's not a crazy topic, but it's an interesting one. I didn't anticipate talking
Yeah.
about it in this one, but I feel like it's a better topic than what we've got. If you guys want to, we can kind of dive into the pay to win aspect.
Yeah, sure.
And as sort of a macro concept, because I think it warrants a bit of a conversation, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So why don't we do that instead of some of these other topics? I'll probably skip.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we can definitely take a step back on the Apex. It's off season now. We can cover Apex in any other episode.
Yeah, no, I had a couple of macro topics here that we can probably cover in the next one. But I think pay to win warrants a little bit of a conversation because I wasn't planning on going here today. I didn't even know that anybody felt which way about pay to win. I thought maybe I was the only one, but I've always felt like pay to win is a bit of a cop out, and it kind of ruins games. For me, it's kind of like how do you set that competitive bar? How do you maintain that level of competitive integrity if there's this huge pay to win mechanism in it? But maybe that's just because I'm a purist gamer, more about the competition than the actual aspect of winning it in a different way. I just feel like there's probably a time and place for it, but it's not for me. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think that's a good thing about VAL or Counter-Strike. It's all skins, right? Like it's just skins. It's not pay to win. You don't get, like Call of Duty has always releases a super dark color skin. Like one season it was a character in a wetsuit, and you just can't see that guy in certain portions on the map, and
amazing.
It just becomes so meta that you have to use that skin, right? Like every single player in the lobby is using that skin. If you don't have it, you're just at a disadvantage. Like that kind of stuff is a bit of a low ball, I think, and they know it's going to be a pay to win skin. Like when in games where they don't outline, like VAL, everyone turns yellow or red or whatever color you want them to be. But Call of Duty's that's a tough one.
Well, especially if it's footsteps, right?
Yeah, I just sent you a link to this article. About the in a recent blog post, Activision revealed the game will feature an enhanced headphone mode that enhances the directional accuracy of sound in the game. It's going to cost you $20 to get that.
Wow.
So it's basically pay to win audio.
That was like cheating. You're paying to cheat. Yeah.
I think Valorant has this. Or at least it has a sound mode, but you don't have to pay for it. It's just an enhanced sound mode. It's a checkbox. HRBP or HBRP or some shit. I don't remember. So
this is
especially in tactical shooters. I think directional audio is so important. It's almost as important as seeing what's in front of you, right? So, I mean, to be able to buy an enhancement for this. I think it's outrageous. Shouldn't be. You should ship it with the main game, or just make the main game more expensive.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes sense
completely
for
agree.
sure. I've gotten so many frags just on like sound alone. Like I can't see the guy, I just like hear it one step and I just shoot in that direction. So
Yeah.
it's definitely like an integral part of the game. I think they should have made it part of the game from the beginning.
Ridiculous, right? And then there's Apex where the in-game audio is so unreliable that most big streamers are playing music while they're playing because the bad bars will not even listen to the game audio.
Can I
Well, I think
tell you
it's
guys a story about the pay to win thing, but take it away from FPS? Awesome. So yeah, I mean I don't know how I feel about it because I can understand the need for generating revenue as a company. Like so many game studios close down, and obviously talking about like the big ones who make a lot of money already. You know, a lot of them are public companies. But I do have this really interesting story where my son who plays Roblox, and I don't understand the games he plays because there's mini games inside Roblox. So apparently there's like this world fighting game where you get loot and power ups and all that. So for a year, he's been begging me to get him this one item, and it was fairly expensive for I guess for Roblox items, like $50 US. And so I mapped out like a chore list. What do you need to accomplish at school for like a year? He did all that, which was great as a father, like getting them to kind of just like do good for, risk and
Wow.
reward, was awesome. But check this out. So like last Christmas, I buy him the item. So I give him the Robux. He buys the item. And it was like this fruit. It was like a power fruit, a ninja fruit or whatever. And basically he played with it for like 2 days. And I asked him, "Oh, how's the fruit? Like, do you enjoy it? What do you like?" He's like, "Nah, it's overpowered."
Oh, wow.
He stopped using it. He's like, for him, the game was fun because he was trying to become like super strong with all these items. And then as soon as I bought him the item that made him like basically like a god, he thought it wasn't fun anymore. I found that to be such a great example of like, like I would say my son's probably a pure gamer because he likes the
Yeah.
game,
Yeah,
the journey,
Good on
rather
him.
than
Yeah.
competitive.
those who just want to
Very good.
pay and then just like own everyone, right? So anyway, I
Yeah.
just thought that was really funny that he worked super hard for a year and he enjoyed it for like a couple of days.
But that's that's a very similar vibe to like trying to understand why cheaters cheat. Like that just seems absolutely
Exactly
zero
what I
fun
had.
to me. Like I want to do it to get better and enjoy the game. Like either you just I think you must be in a pretty dark place to be cheating. But he is a pure gamer. Well done. You've done well there, Lawrence.
You have. It's pretty good. Although on the topic of Roblox, just on this, have you heard of this? They've got apparently a pedophile problem. People are like,
Oh my god.
There's predators. People are instructing other like young children to like go kill themselves or go kill somebody. Like it's like
Wait,
there's some crazy
is Colonel
stuff.
Sanders a pedophile?
Sorry, I should say unalive. Colonel Sanders. I think
Right.
that was an advertisement. Oh no, this
So
is
this is definitely something that I've been concerned about, regardless of whether or not it's in a game, but just kids' access to the internet, and then it's actually much more pronounced in game. And so my son, who plays Roblox, the older one, he recently has experienced like I guess getting banned because maybe he was talking shit to other players in the game or whatever, right? And for me, my biggest thing is like he's talking to strangers. And so what I've tried to instruct them with, and obviously I can't control it 100% of the time, but my instructions to them are you do not add anyone that you do not know in real life. At a minimum, I think that's what I can do for them, right? And if you don't know them in real life and you talk to them, never listen or do anything they do because they're probably going to scam you. And I've been trying to instill fear into them because of news just like this. It's ridiculous. Like, yeah, the world's crazy, man. Just we got to protect our
especially when they're like young, underage. I can say for myself though, I've met really good friends over gaming that I game with for 8 years before I met them in real life, and we're still close friends. So there is an element for that, but
Oh,
not for kids.
Like when I
Well-
was my previous job, I did ad sales, and the whole premise for Roblox is that they are doing it because they're promising brands that it is a platform that is 100% safe for kids. And the thing is, like, you can't really guarantee that because there is no check. Like, there is no like KYC. There is nothing to verify, and so when you already have a platform that's like telling everyone that this is the platform to be able to engage kids safely, or for kids to be online safely, and everyone's there, like, naturally it's like social media. Like, it's very hard to be able to monitor and
Yeah.
to just have those safeguards in. And so it's going to, sooner or later, it was going to be an issue.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think this is a topic that we could kind of, keep beating our way at for quite a while. But I wasn't sure if you were aware, Lawrence. It's more like I wanted to make you aware because your kid does play Roblox a lot. So just wanted to mention and
I
shout it out.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Definitely gonna have to think through some additional tactics to kind of keep them safe.
yeah.
Hey, you know what I just sort of?
Yeah.
We each get 2 kids. We're 5 plus the 2 kids, right? Each. That's 15 men. We've got a Rust Zerg ready to happen. Like, just get the youngest ones farming. We got like five little 5-year-olds. Just get out there with a pickaxe. Just get me sulfur because Dad's building rockets, baby.
Gaming sweatshops, nice. You just
Yeah.
created the concept of it.
I'll remember the padlocks for the doors. Don't worry.
Yeah, good boy.
Well, Tommy, you were talking about your previous job, but your current job is also quite interesting. I think there's you mentioned earlier a little bit about Riftstorm. Maybe we can kind of divert the attention over there right now and
Yeah, what is Riftstorm?
see.
So Riftstorm is like a dungeon crawler, but it's a shooting version of it. It's like Hades. I don't know, Hades.
Hades?
But with
Yeah.
guns.
Hades?
80s.
Yeah, Hades. There you go. Yeah, and it's actually like out of a lot of the Web3 games that we've seen coming through. I think it's one of the ones that have really good potential. And us, kind of the organization that I'm in right now, TALON, like, we have an APAC presence, and for us it made sense to kind of really not just build teams, but also create like a platform where we are supporting kind of studios, Web3 or Web2, it doesn't matter, but good games, and getting those kind of the proper support and helping them to access the community. So that's why, when we actually engage them and thinking that they have a very good potential to become just a good game that everyone enjoys. So we have a partnership with them where
the gameplay looks epic.
yeah, so
It's a
it's like
roguelike.
there's like correct, yeah. So it has like a bunch of playable players, and it's only the alpha test. So if you guys have time, I think go try it out. We have a leaderboard, giving away some Razor gear. So if you guys have some time, want a new game to try out, they're in
I think
alpha
we should
test
try it
right
out.
now.
It looks dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When it says co-op, does that mean like just 2, or is it
4 up to 4.
up to 4?
Yeah, so
Nice.
quite fun. Maybe you should get a session sometime this week and we grind it. And you can do either co-op or solo. And there's like, once you hit a certain level, you unlock kind of the challenge tower, and you can do like time runs. So it's quite addicting. A lot of people that we had a bunch of people in the office play it, and it's fast paced. So if you have time, I think definitely a game to put on your radar, and it's free. So go ahead and check it out.
I'm down.
I'd love to try it. I'd love to
By
try
the
to
way,
win some
80s
stuff.
This is awesome. Well, so-
Free Razor gear? Heck yeah, man. Why not?
Yeah, maybe they'll get a new webcam for you, Lawrence.
Fuck off. But yeah, I wouldn't mind an actual webcam that I can put like on my monitor. instead of my laptop. That would be pretty dope.
Does Hong Kong still have HKTV Mall?
Yeah.
I feel like you
Why?
could get one there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, look, I can easily walk in and buy it online anytime. There hasn't actually been a need to buy a webcam.
Or like a fortress.
I guess until now, you know, if we're gonna
I feel like that would be. I feel like that would be the cheapest thing ever. Like webcams.
No,
are not
I'm the
expensive,
cheapest thing
right?
ever. I never buy anything.
That's where it
If I didn't
says,
have
all right,
to.
well, Christmas is
So-
coming up. I'll buy you a webcam.
Tommy,
I buy
is
it when I
the
need it.
sorry,
Yeah.
Tom, is Riftstorm like competitive then? Like the Talon organization, is this going to become an esport?
I think a lot of the games have an esport kind of ambition. I think the positioning of Riftstorm is more kind of the casual game, even for pro players to play in between their main games. So I don't think they're looking specifically to have like a very hardcore competitive scene, but they do understand that the competitive element is something that everyone enjoys. So that's why kind of we were involved, just to give them some, some support in terms of community access, and also just give them some advice in terms of how to kind of communicate to and engage kind of the gamers across kind of the markets they want to focus on.
Okay.
Also not a PvP game, is it? So it's
No,
more
it's not
like
a PvP game.
speedrun competitive.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's like bring back Super Mario.
Yeah.
Speedrun games are fun too, right? It's
Yeah, I love it.
I
love
actually
watching speed runs, man. I can,
with my
Speedrun
current
better.
company, we went to Gamescom this year and we had like a sample version of the game that we were going to release, and the devs just changed it into like a speedrun mode, and it was probably one of the most popular 100% uptime booths or sections of our booth that we had. So like people still really love the concept of speedrun. I'd love to go back and do the Mario ones, but new format speedruns are very interesting as well. I think it could be a lot of fun. All right.
Try it out.
We definitely got to try Riftstorm at some point. Maybe we can do a streaming Riftstorm night. But yeah, let's on to the next topic. And this one, Toby, kind of throwing it over to you. I think we'll just quickly do the Apex stuff because I kind of have it queued up anyway.
do it, man.
But you were mentioning there is this. What is it? BLGS. So maybe you can take us through it.
Yeah, I mean, basically, and this is it's a really interesting concept, or it's kind of hard to get your head around because these two, Nice Wig and Greek, they for maybe 3 or 4 years now have been running what they call the B stream, which is the B stream is. While the main broadcast is on, they're normally in the stands and they do their own point of view. You know, they have all the streams up so they can see all the plays and everything like that. But in the last two Apex LANs, when you go onto Twitch, the B stream has got more live viewers than the actual main broadcast. So it's they've done really good for themselves in that aspect. But the BLGS they're hosting a tournament basically where anyone can join. So you get your friends, you get a team, and they've all got seeds, hundreds of team seeds, and they're working through group stages and finals and stuff. But the main reason I wanted to talk about it was because the fact that streaming is still the popular aspect and not necessarily the esport, which is kind of sad because, Stu, it's like my dream to see competitive esports on like ESPN or on a sports network. But while things like this are happening where a guy doing a watch party can get more views than the actual esports broadcast. I'm not sure we're there yet. Like, it's still just a big sponsorship, as you know, the revenue based, if that's the right word.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
You know what I'm trying to get at?
Well,
like
official
without the sponsors, they're not going to get any money. Like the official stream is not bringing it in. Where like sports, of course, it's commercials and blah blah blah. That's how they get to do it. But they've got to have the viewers to make those commercials worth something.
Yeah. So the co-streaming aspect of it is nice for reach, right, and amplification.
Yeah.
And the official stream is always going to be there, but I think a lot of people really enjoy a different type of commentary as well. And they really like following along with people that they feel are going to give them some color.
And to their credit, like where the ALGS main broadcast falls off is they're very heavy North America and EMEA focused. Like they know all the teams, all the players and their favorites. They always pick for that. And they really leave behind the APAC North and APAC South. I feel like they don't know half the teams. Where like Greek and Nice Week, they watch all the qualifiers in every region. They know every team really thorough. So for someone that lives in Asia, I love to get around the Japanese teams and
I don't think esports is big enough to get though, right? Like, or is it? You guys can maybe enlighten me, but like
no, yeah, I don't know. I think
to be like the NBA or NFL.
Yeah, of course,
right?
But
I think there's a cultural divide though, right, with that, because it's almost like while it could happen, there's almost this grassroots aspect of like, this is ours, this is our thing, and it started from here, and we've grown it together as a big community, and we're taking it to the next level. And then there's also those naysayers who are in traditional sports that are like, this isn't a sport. And I don't know. I mean, that you're welcome to your opinion, but
yeah, I mean, where I remember I messaged you, Stu. I sent you a picture. I was in New York. It was a Sunday night, time zone difference. So I went for a beer. It was like 1 a.m. right just when I landed, and there was frisbee on 18 televisions in the sports bar on ESPN. They're watching like college frisbee, and I'm like, I'm
Ultimate
watching
Frisbee
Ultimate Frisbee,
popular,
man, and I'm watching like esports on my phone in the bar because there's no way to get it on TV.
I think it's changing though. I think we're slowly getting mainstream, very slowly. Maybe not in MA yet, but I've just been.
We're actually gonna run. Yeah, we're gonna run. We're helping a brand to run a tournament, Valorant tournament, in the Philippines, late next month, 16th and 17th, the weekend, and it's just instead of we just doing our own broadcast. We got like 16. It's Maggie.
Maggie Cup, right?
So you work with her. Yeah. So like she's done it for like 3-4 years, and this year like Sun Life decided to sponsor kind of her tournament, and so it's just a 2-day tournament, and we got like 80 players, so 16 teams, and we got shoutcasters and everything, and so it is going to go mainstream. It's just right now I think you need the brands to jump in, then there's value going in terms of, and of course, like, you know, it's like the early days of social media, like you just, the eyeballs are here, but it takes time for the brands to understand, and how like the agencies that advise them on how to, like, you know, how to get that extra reach, how to engage a community. And I think that kind of convincing takes more time, and I think we're gonna hit a point soon.
This is a slightly different topic, but how do you guys feel about, like, because a lot of video game watchers will watch one certain content creator, and that might be their favorite, and people swap teams so often within esports that there's no real like team allegiance. It's more player allegiance. And I know it happens in NBA, LeBron fans and now Lakers fans. But that's like a small portion. But I feel like in esports, majority of the people are player followers.
So that's
like
exactly
Dota, I think
what
you would shuffle everything.
that's exactly what I think is the problem and why it hasn't gone mainstream yet, right? Because you have some events that broadcast super professional, right? Like for some of the stuff that I've seen coming out of Riot, like top-notch production. The problem is because you have so many layers. You have the game fans, you have the team fans, you have certain athlete fans. Like there's certain, like all of that production value needs to raise to the same level. Someone needs to buy the rights and host them like almost like a channel, and then start licensing it to the ESPNs, etc. and whatnot. We're just not there yet. It's probably coming though. I guess all the production value is slowly rising. Everyone's doing their part. It's just, to me, it's just not there yet. Like we don't have the opportunity for that yet. That's why you're gonna be watching Frisbee for a while.
Fucking watching Frisbee, bro. What the hell?
Yeah, I think that's a correct statement, right? When I was working at Riot, one of the biggest things to tackle for my team was how do we raise the profile and create more fandom across the regions and give them a reason to cheer for someone that isn't their favorite player if their favorite player gets eliminated, for example, right? Like how do we make them a fan of, first of all, the sport as opposed to just this person, and also have like a team that they want to root for regardless of whether or not there are players on it, like similar to traditional sports. Like I'm a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, and I'm a Ovechkin fan, and I'm a Crosby fan, and I love watching Chicago Blackhawks, games as well. So how do we take that and translate it into esports? And one of the biggest things that we wanted to tackle was, first of all, highlighting national fandom, where teams would hail from a specific region so that we could at least tap into them at a country level. And then also trying to bring out the human stories in other players so that we could extend that fandom into whether or not somebody would follow somebody else based on their life, their story, whether they could connect with them. So these were definitely some of the challenges that we have. And I think it's going to be a bit of a challenge for a while. I think Tommy with TALON, you probably have some of that in the works as well, right?
You know why that is, and I think it's great what you guys are doing. I think eventually what needs to happen is someone needs to form an association that pulls in the similar thinkers to you guys at Riot, and to those at Counter-Strike, and to those at the esports, and like all the games, and just Fortnite, whatnot, and just like create an association. Like the NBA is an association, and they're the ones to go and deal with the media distribution rights, right? Like that then puts you at the level of mainstream. But until that happens, like, who knows how long that's gonna take. So.
Yeah.
To your
what
point,
I would like,
like I was listening to like someone else talk, but like it was like if you even how the leagues are.
Tommy's breaking up, I think.
Yeah, we need to buy both of them a router, Lawrence and Tommy, for Christmas.
You get the routers, I'll get the webcams.
Yeah. Sorry, Tommy, we couldn't hear anything you're saying, so I think we're gonna just move on from there. I think.
Hey, before we move on, I gotta drop. This has been super fun though. Thanks for setting all this up, Stu. And
yeah,
looking forward to the next few ones, man.
No worries, man. Absolutely. This is the first of many, I hope. And I know it's getting late. We got a bit of a late start. So whoever wants to drop off can feel free to drop off. I think we're probably just going to wrap up one more thing with Apex, which is just covering champs. And then we'll probably call it a night. We'll defer some of the topics we have for VAL and for TFT for maybe Wednesday or the next stream, whenever that is.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. I got to drop too, so it's good hanging out. Let's do this very soon.
Hang on. Where's Year 4 Championships at, Stu?
It is in Japan, I believe.
Let's go, boys. Come on. Get on the Apex train with me.
If you guys got to drop, go ahead and
Japan.
drop.
All right,
Just,
guys.
Sushi.
Take off. But we're see you, boys. But yeah, Year 4 Championship, Tokyo, I believe it is.
Yeah, I'm booking tickets, man.
I think they give the date not in this video. I think it's
the date's
the
out,
29th. The 29th of Jan to the 1st of Feb. Anyway, it's in Tokyo. It's in January, right?
Jump off Apex and get back.
It's a 2 million
This is just
USD
the
prize
best.
pool.
This is just such a good esport to watch.
Sapporo. It's in Sapporo.
Sapporo.
It's in Sapporo.
Amazing. You can drink your beer, Toby.
Wow, let's go.
You can drink your beer. He's gonna do it anyways.
Yeah, of course I am. But how good. We can watch Apex during the day. We can get ramen at night. We can go hit some baseballs at the batting cages. It'll just be a bromanship.
Yeah, I mean, I need to figure out the dates, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's actually pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It actually they put out the teams as well. They've got the teams, the groups already.
Yeah, so
Kinda
these are all, to qualify for this is based on the split 1 and split 2 results.
Okay.
So we had split 1 and split 2 were both won by I'd have to look it up because my memory is so bad, but I think was APAC North teams. I think Reignite might have won. But yeah, anyway, the North American teams obviously always do really well. As you can see, out of the 40 teams, there's, a lot of North American teams in there. Disguised, NRG, TSM, Cloud9, Moist, Complexity, Guild. These are all, Team Falcons, Luminosity, Liquid. They're all North American teams. But when it comes to LAN, it's anyone's game. It's such an RNG-based game. There's no way to know. But also within that RNG, there's only been maybe 4 winners in the history, like as in 4.
So not that
IGL
RNG,
winners,
really.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, this is Zero, right? He's probably the GOAT. If not him, then How? Australian kid. And he's won so many lands. It's pretty impressive stuff. But we're going.
Before you came over to VAL, you were a huge Apex player, right? Like, what is it for some of us who didn't play? Like, I didn't play high time to kill shooters growing up that much. Like, I've played some console, Modern Warfare, etc. But like, what is it about this that's, now that you've had the chance to play VAL with us, what is it about this that makes it different and that gets you excited?
I think,
instead of VAL, right?
Well, in VAL, you have some high-level tactics, some team comp metas on certain maps and things like that. But this game is like the meta shifts, the agents get nerfed, they get buffed, etc. But people still make, their legends work for them. And then some people just copy the previous winners, set up, or the guys that are playing the best. Let's try that team comp. But there's so many counters to so many different things. It's super high pace, but as you said, it's a high time to kill. So coming from a Call of Duty background, that was almost always my least favorite thing, is just dying in 0.8 of a second, where there's a lot of survivability. And it's based on Titanfall. So the movement is just insane for a boots on the ground shooter. Like slide jumping, wall bouncing,
ropes, everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
enjoy
just
the movement the most when I play
the
this game.
the movement is unlike any other game for sure.
So
And
then as a
that's why-
spectator then, right, for the sport itself, right, you're given all of
yeah,
that.
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
and then the end game, it's a 20-minute game. It's a looter shooter. So the first 15 minutes is all watching your team get to the power position as the zone closes in. And then when it comes to the final zone and 10 of the 20 teams are still up, and it's just sheer chaos and abilities going everywhere, people dying in the kill feed. It's honestly like you have no way to predict, even with 2 minutes to run, who's going to win the game in most games. It's like they're in God's spot, inverted brackets. They might not win if 3 teams are up and one team decides to push them and the other team gets easy third party or whatever, right? So it's so unpredictable that just makes it amazing to watch as a sport,
Oh, that's amazing. So you're really making a case here for us to find our way over to Sapporo, as if the case needed to be made.
Yeah, exactly. Cold beer, ramen, and the best competitive viewing game ever made.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well, I don't know if we can really top that. And we're a bit over the time for the night. I know, Akos, we were sticking around. We wanted to cover some TFT stuff. I really wanted to cover some VAL stuff today, but I think it's a little late. We've lost a couple of guys. So let's push that to next week. There's plenty to talk about. We'll try to bore people less with the talk about our lives next time, and maybe jump into the games a little bit earlier.
We've covered that now. So
we'll focus on what the people really want. So, all right. Well, guys, thanks for taking the time, jumping on with me for this first session. I look forward to the future ones. For anybody who's listening or still listening at this point to the stream, since this would be a recording, thank you for making it to the end. We definitely plan on having a lot more of these sessions. And yeah, once again, it's just about banter on Dadlife, what it's like being a dad, being a gamer dad, and then talking about the games that we love, which to
like and subscribe.
This point is Apex, Valorant, and Teamfight Tactics. And as Toby says, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, boys.
See you guys.
See ya.
All right.